Hello everyone, back with me, King Star Zero. In today's video, I'm going to talk about power creep problems in Honkai Star Rail. A lot of CC out there already talking about this, and I wanted to give my own perspective. It's already version 3.0 for Honkai Star Rail, and there are plenty of 5-star limited characters. In this patch, we also introduced a new remembrance path. Within all the paths and characters that we got right now, power creep happens. But thus, Hoyoverse don't really care about the game itself and only focus on money since they keep releasing new character again and again. But that's not the problem. The problem is, this new character is always far more better than the previous limited character. If this keeps going on, the power creep will happen very soon to all of the newest Honkai Star characters in the future. In my case, I played two accounts for Honkai Star Rail. My first account is the Dolphin account where I bought the monthly subscription, and the second one is the F2P one. My second account is mostly filled with the character that I don't have on my first account. So it's just like a complimentary. So my second account sometimes struggled a little bit when facing the endgame content because not all the characters in my second account are considered as a meta character. But I always manage to clear all of them. I still managed to keep up with all the endgame because I know how to maximize every single character in this game, specifically for my account. But that doesn't apply to all players who play this game. Some of them may only play this game for fun or they just wanna fill their time, right? Well, power creep is a very normal thing to happen, especially in gacha games. Honestly, power creep brings more fun to the game because players will have two choices. First, they always need to pull the newest character, which is the whaler way, or yeah, you can just call it like pay to win. The second one, players need to analyze every single character in the game, and they need to plan everything for their account, which is what I do as an F2P on my F2P account, of course. The developer will also create any new kind of mechanics or any new kind of kit to the newest character, and it will add various gameplay to the game. For real, this happens to Honkai Star Rail. With new Remembrance Path, this proves that they still add new kinds of gameplay and there will be more new kinds of mechanics to the characters in the future. Also, for another example, there are new mechanics like super break damage and true damage, where we didn't have this kind of damage in the beginning for this game, right? Super break added in version 2.0 and true damage added in version 3.0, alongside with Remembrance Path. Because of all this reason, I honestly didn't care about power creep as long as they could keep creating new mechanics to the games, and as a parameter, my account could still clear all the end games. Till now, some of you might have disagreed with me about why power creep is uh, brings more fun to the game, right? But I also have some negative opinions about power creep, and this is Honkai Star Rail biggest problem for me. If you see every new character in the game, they always have better scaling than any previous character. Yes, in the gacha games, it is always like that. The newer character will always have better in terms of like anything. But in Honkai Star Rail, the gap of this scaling is too big. When new character scaling is getting higher and higher, they will produce more damage. To balance this issue, the developer will increase the HP of any enemies in the game, especially in the endgame content. Because if they don't do so, then all of this new character will easily crush down all the endgame content. Because it will be very easy to crush down the enemies. But the side effect of this is that it will lead to the second problem we will have, which is HP inflation. When the character damage scaling and the enemy's HP scaling becomes too high, power creep will happen soon. It will make any old DPS cannot compete with new characters. Or even worse, they become unplayable in the current meta. The only solution for this problem is to have all of the best support that is currently available in the game to level up this old DPS. But that doesn't fix the main problem, since players needs to know how to maximize all of this character kit, build, rotation, and everything, which cannot be generalized to all players. Like I said before, not all players have the same amount of knowledge of the game, and they need to learn it pretty well. Well, that's not the end of this power creeps problems and situation. If you follow me till this point, you must already know that we always talk about 5-star limited character, right? We forget about 4-star characters. Sad news, I don't feel any current 4-star characters could clear most of the endgame content. Still, there are specific characters that still have their best value in current meta, like Tingyun, Gallagher, Mark 7 Han, Pella, Herta, and Mose. The question is, could these 4-star characters help players, especially new players that want to start to play this game? How much time do all these new players need to play to keep their consistent performance in the endgame content? This is the second problem that I think not most people are talking about. Because of the scaling gap that happens in 5-star limited characters, making all the enemies HP increase, 4-star characters, especially DPS characters, cannot even stand a chance to fight all of these new enemies. New players will easily get frustrated if they give up easily. Yes, Honkai Star Rail still give us a lot of stellar gauge to this new player by playing main story, doing side quests, exploring, doing previous events because Honkai Star Rail have this have this feature, and many more to obtain stellar jade. But like I mentioned before, how much time do they need to keep up with all of these power creep and meta problems? The only solution for the game is they need to maintain the scaling for new characters in the future. They also need to release some new 4-star characters that literally could help new players to keep up with the game. With maintaining the scaling, it will gradually decrease the power creep that will happen in the future. Also, the buff that is given to all of the endgame content needs to be more general. Don't lock the buff to a very specific new character or new meta. Make it more general, but still under some condition or circumstances. Also, mechanics like super break and true damage will also help new players. But there is only like a single 4-star character that could provide a super break team, which is Shui, and we need more like newer character than Shui for the 4-stars, of course. Well, before I end this video, I have something to tell you. Before I played Genshin Impact as my first, not my first, as a gacha game, I had already played a game called Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. It's also a turn-based game like Honkai Star Rail. The game right now has just been closed by the developer. There is a reason why most players left this game. When I play it, the game is having 6 star as their maximum rarity. But out of nowhere, they announced a new kind of rarity which is called Neo Vision. I thought I would not change the game too much. It would not change the game too much. But all of these Neo Vision characters literally power creep almost everything in the game. It's even worse that some of the Neo Vision could only be obtained by gacha and you cannot like power up from 6-star character to Neo Vision. And yeah, because this Neo Vision could only be obtained by gacha, there is no even any guarantee or pity at that time. So yeah, you could just throw out 300 pulls in there, but yeah, there will be no Neo Vision in all that 300 pulls. Yes, it makes me frustrated to play the game, and yeah, maybe most players quit gradually from the game because of the same reason. I think that's the end of this video. I'm not trying to defend Hoyoverse to do such power creep things in Honkai Star Rail, But I think, however, there are better ways to do the power creep. Well, leave a like if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content like this in the future. I will see you in the next video.